This is OlmSat, a Zeah Locked Ultimate Ironman. With a twist, I'll also be trying to do a variation of the OSAT Challenge. If you aren't familiar with that, it's where you're only allowed to train one skill at a time until level 99. However, I'll be allowing 2 skills at a time instead, and all other standard OSAT rules will apply. And what do you think my endgame is? Obtaining the omelette vet. Let's see how I get there. My name's VP. I've been playing RuneScape since I was a kid, and yeah, welcome to this video. I have never really played Ultimate Ironman before, and I dabbled in using it Hardcore Ironman, but I actually lost that account. He died, and then I just turned it into a main account because I'd spent so much time on it. But I've still never dabbled in like endgame content or done anything to that extent. But I've always loved the idea of being able to do an Ultimate Ironman, and I said if I'd ever do it, I really wanted to make it a challenge, something that would really take some time, some dedication to really do. So that's sort of where the premise of doing a Zeah Locked account was, but I'd know it had already been done before. There's been some lovely YouTubers, I've sort of watched their series, and I really like the idea of a challenge, but then there was another challenge that was done, which was an OSAT account. And that to me was just another level of just craziness. And I thought to myself, I wonder if there's a way that I could combine the both of them. So in the premise of doing that, I've created this, which is the Zeah Locked Ultimate Ironman. As you can see, I'm just going through Tutorial Island. Now, a lot of the audio footage that was from the start here didn't exactly come across all that well. I've been doing a lot of balancing. I mean, this is my first YouTube video. So I'm going to utilize this time to explain the challenge, explain sort of the premise of the account, where I want it to be, what I sort of want to do, go over some of the rules. All the rules will be in the description below. So if you have any questions, please feel free to post them in the comment section below. That being said, like, I've never done endgame PvE content. Still have never gotten a fire cape. And I know these are all sort of basic things that pretty much everyone has these days, but I've always been more of a skiller, someone who just enjoys the grind, just enjoys the game for what it is. I don't necessarily have any goals in mind. But in doing something like this, I think it sort of does help that it gives me some focus. And I wanted to commit to making some YouTube videos of me actually creating this series, which would sort of help me drive me forward in this as well too. So why Zeah Locked? I would say, if you ask that question, I would say I like the region. I never grew up, like when I grew up playing RuneScape, Zeah wasn't there. So when I came back to playing RuneScape, it was just this fresh content, and I've always loved it. And I know it was played during the Twisted Leagues as everyone was Zeah Locked, and it was just, I've seen videos on it and I loved it. And I thought, I really want to like get to know this place better. So what better way than to actually lock myself in this region and just see how far I can push myself. Now, XP and items will only be gained on Zeah, with the exception of Slayer, but I'll explain that when I go through the exceptions in a little bit. And as I sort of said in the first video, I'll be allowing myself 2 skills at a time. Now, the OSAT rules will still apply. I'll only be able to go levels in the skills that I choose at any given time. Once I choose 2 skills, I am locked to them until I get to 99. It doesn't mean I can't earn XP in other skills, like there might be times where I might need to kill something, but as long as I don't get an attack level or a health level or anything like that, it's all good. It's all fair game. So I mainly chose 2 skills because Zeah, I've noticed, has a lot of training methods that require two XP methods. Like if I do blast mining or winter tod, I'll need wood cutting, fletching, farming, herblore. Like there's a lot of that going on, especially like blood rune crafting. I need crafting, mining, and rune crafting. So I figured 2 skills at a time would allow me to try and balance that and actually find a pathway where I might be able to actually do content without having to like really struggle. Like it'll actually allow me to utilize Zeah for what it is. And that to me is a big part of this. I want to allow this account to be locked. I do want to restrict myself, but I don't want to make it so that this account's borderline unplayable with some of the content, because I still want to be able to do a lot of this content. So, as for exceptions, we've got X marks the spot for the Karen questline. I will be allowing myself to do that. Druidic Ritual, when I start Herblore, that will be allowed too. And Slayer. Now, this is a bit of a point of discussion that I would probably say is later on, but Slayer can't really be done because Konar will only give you tasks that will just be sporadic and not necessarily in Current. So the one exception I will say for Slayer is I will not be able to start Slayer until I have 99 in every combat skill. That will be attack, strength, defense, hit points, magic, ranged, and prayer. I can only start Slayer once all of them are 99. So that realistically means I'm not earning combat XP out, which means I'm not utilizing Slayer to get XP that I can't be gained on Zeah. So I think that that's a good balance and still allows me to use the Slayer content, because Slayer content I think will be almost integral for me getting some gear to move into Chambers of Xeric later on. Not necessarily I have to have it, but I might not even touch Slayer. I'll just see how I feel like later down the line. But that is a very, very long way away. Like, that is not happening anytime soon. So as for short-term goals, I'll be starting with farming and agility. Now, in the later clips, I might discuss some things, or I might like change up what I'm saying, because originally I was going to do farming and thieving. But I mean, this challenge was sort of thought up as I was going for the early stages. Like I was spitballing with my friends in a Discord call for the most part through Tutorial Island, which is why I've trimmed that audio content, because a lot of it was just waffling and people talking crap. So yeah, I'm choosing farming and agility first, mainly because farming, I want to stack herbs as early as possible into the grind. The sooner I can start making some guams and start getting stacks of them, the sooner it'll make Herblore a little bit easier, and then I can carry that Herblore XP into Wintertodt, so then I can get Herblore XP off the rejuvenation potions on the Pyromancers, and then even using potions inside Chambers of Xeric. So I'm trying to think pretty far ahead on this one, but farming for me is a pretty easy one. It's pretty relaxed. I don't need to necessarily be as focused, which allows me to sort of ease into this. And agility for me is just going to be integral. I will not have access to Graceful because I'll be Zeah locked. So having that extra run duration and just overall movement is just going to be better. I'll need to utilize shortcuts when I do other training methods. The shortcuts will be great for being able to do Wintertodt, Blood Rune crafting, all of that. And it's just an overall relatively easy skill to just do. It requires me not to have anything in my inventory. It's just a grind is what it is. So I figure I might as well get it out early, and then we'll move on to something else afterwards. Long-term goals will sort of be discussed as I go. I don't think I've got anything really necessarily set in stone for the exact pathway I want to take. I might think of something better as I'm going. I mean, as it stands now, it'll be like farming and agility is my first set. Then I might do wood cutting and fire making. I might do construction and fletching, crafting and mining. I don't know, mining and smithing. I haven't really decided on like all of the different pairings I'll be doing for 2 skills at a time. But I don't think it really matters right at this stage. I think I'm a long way away from having to get my second set, so it's not really a big deal. So yeah, that's the start of the account. I'll sort of talk over some of the other clips, because a lot of the first few clips, as I said, are going to be not that great. The audio balancing wasn't right. I was still trying to learn a lot, so I'll talk over a lot of the first few clips, but until I get into like the main clips where I've fixed my audio, I fixed some things. You'll notice my UI might change halfway between, because I wanted to make it look a little bit nicer. If the scaling of the screen seems a bit different, it's because sometimes I forget that I leave my RuneLight plugins on the right open, and it sort of resizes the window, which kind of looks a bit funny. I'm trying to keep on top of not doing that when I'm recording footage, but I think it's all just part of the learning process. But yeah, I'm really excited to start this account. I'm really excited to start this grind, and I hope you enjoy watching this. I really do. I'm making this content not just for you, but for me. I really like the idea of finally breaking into doing something I've said I wanted to do for so long, and this is just a stepping stone. Like, this is only the start. Like, if this account takes off, I'll probably keep going on it, but it's not to say that this will be the only account I do. I love challenges. If anyone has any challenges they'd love to see me try, I would be more than happy to. To me, this game isn't necessarily about finishing and getting to that end game. It's the journey along the way. It's overcoming the challenges of what you face along the way. And that to me is the best part of RuneScape, is trying to, it's like this big problem solving puzzle, and it's just so great, and I love it. So I'll get back to making this video. I'll start trimming these clips together, and I'll start doing some voiceover. So hope you enjoy it, and yeah, see you in the next clip. Recording a little bit of footage before I started anything in this account. I wanted to get to Chambers of Zeah to record some footage for the title block, and I just thought this was really funny. This was probably about my 4th attempt trying to get there, but I just kept dying to the Lizardman. I had my friend in Discord. He said he was going to do everything for me. I'm like, no, I will do this. I will get through this. And this was like the closest attempt I got that just fell short of the line. I thought I'd made it through, but I didn't really think about the fact I had no run energy, and I didn't think to maybe just wait a few minutes. And I thought, no, I can make it. So I just started smashing these onions, and then just as I was about to get over the line, I got poisoned, and that was another death. And I just thought that was just hilarious, and I thought that'd be a good clip to add. Once I did get to Chambers of Zeah and everything was good, I rolled raids until I could get a farming raid as the first rune, mainly just because I wanted to get the tools. I knew I could have gone and gotten the tools at any point, and I could have bought them from the farming shop. I could have just gone and sold some crops, but in the spirit of things I thought, well, I'm already here, I might as well grab the tools. Seemed easy enough. So here I am at the first allotment patch, about to start raking my first bit of raking content. This was going to be pretty much my life in the early game. I could have gotten some potato seeds, I'm sure. I didn't really think about it. I just saw the rake, I saw the grass. I was like, yep, I'm raking it. This is me now. I am now Farmer John. So I just raked all of this and then ended up loading it into the compost bin. Once it was loaded, I then decided I'm going to move over to the plows. Now the plows are going to be a pretty integral for farming, because I do need to get to 100% for tithe farm, and the plows do have a random chance of giving me 10 XP of farming. So at the start here, because at this point I hadn't actually thought about doing 2 skills at a time, it was just 1 skill at a time. So I just focused on farming, I didn't bother with anything else. So when I eventually did move to the plows, I stayed there for as long as I could, knowing that I'd get random XP. And yeah, it's going to be a bit of a slog, but it really is the only way I can get to the tithe farm. I could go do saltpeter, I could do all this, but that would be mining, so I can't actually do that. So once I get over to these plows, they will have a chance of breaking, and on the first click of using these plows, it broke. So I can't actually repair these because that would give me crafting XP, which again is something I cannot do, being a TSAT Iron Man. That is now what I'm calling it. Don't at me. So I'm just going to push these plows for a while, do it in between farming and raking, just use that to get the early game some farming XP and try and get this Osidious favor. It's going to be a bit of a slog, but well, the XP drop in the early game, like for these first few levels, is actually pretty decent. Like, I think I only need to push like 4 or 5 of these to get a level. So I'll just do that until I get my first level, and yeah. So hopefully at some point when I get this plow pushed over, which should be very shortly, there it is, there's level 2, the first level of the account. Love to see it. And I can grow marigolds, which I will never get a seed for. Well, not now. So with raking this patch, that gets me level 3. As long as I keep up with the compost and the raking, there'll just be some slow levels, but they're trickling in nice and easy. Love to see it. And here was the first random event I got, was actually a dunce random event, which I was so happy for. I mean, it doesn't give me much XP with such a low level, but free XP is free XP. I'm not going to say no, so I'll just chuck that in farming and be on my way. And when I finish raking this patch, that should be another level. there's level 4. It's slow, but steady, and it's okay. Once I start getting some patches grown, I'll move on from there and all will be good. Another patch, another level, and that's level 5. And I can grow onions, so I might go get some onion seeds. So I've been at this for like, I'd say half an hour, and I've got 3 seeds, which is enough for an allotment, but this is going to be painful. This is going to be painful. Well, once I finish raking this, I can plant these seeds, and this will be my first allotment. I'm going to spend a bit of time making sure that these don't die. I'm going to go backwards and forwards and sell any compost to maybe go get some cash if I need a plant cure or anything, and just, yeah, I do not want these to die. It took me so long to get the seeds, and yeah, I really, really want these to live. So once I finish emptying this compost patch, that should be, there's level 6. One step closer. And then here should be level 7. Let's go. So it's 2:30 in the morning. I'm pretty much ready for bed, but my onions are harvested. I've pushed plows for ages. I've gotten a fair bit of Hosidius favor, so let's just get this done. That should give me another level, and then I can make another grind for this tomorrow morning. I'm good. Let's go. And there's level 8. Time for bed. So I've been picking these cabbage seeds, trying to get cabbage seeds now, and this is just as bad as the onions, if not worse. I'm also going to eat these cabbage seeds. I also know it was a joke about the whole eat 1,000 cabbages, you don't say yuck, but call me crazy. I want to see what happens. I've got nothing else better to do. Might as well eat cabbages. So I did end up getting another random event, and I got a drill sergeant. So I did end up dropping all my iron armor, and I'm just going to keep this on for now. It's a bit of fashionscape. I don't think it's going to be useful at any point, and if I find something better, I'll probably drop it. But for now, it's some pretty good style. I might as well keep it. And my onions are done too, so let's just harvest these, and this should give me another level. And there's level 9. Guam leaves. Those I'm looking forward to. So once I put this compost on this patch, there is level 10. We're 1/10 of the way there. Let's go. But the other big thing here is now I can actually start planting cabbage seeds. So I'm actually going to plant these cabbages. I've been farming these cabbages for quite some time now. I managed to get a fair few seeds. I know I eventually will have to get back to making them, but right now I've got enough. I'm kind of done. It took way too long to get them, but when you get in the zone, you get in the zone. So let's just plant these and keep these things alive. So just rake this patch, and there's another level. Slow, sure, love it. Let's keep going. So my cabbages are ready to be harvested. Oh, this is going to be some solid XP, and I've been looking forward to this. Oh, sweet XP. Alright, let's just harvest. See if we can't get another level off of the 2 cabbages. Did I forget to compost it? It doesn't matter. Come on. So close. Oh well. One more allotment. Let's go. And with raking this should be another level. There's level 12. We can now grow tomatoes. Woo! here should be another level coming in here. Just empty out this compost bin and there it is. Pretty close. There's level 13. I can grow dew plants. Every plant I see that I can potentially grow, knowing that I can't grow it, just hurts my soul little by little. And that's okay, because that's what this grind is going to feel like the whole way. Oh, let's just get more compost. I'll go sell it, try and see if I can't get some more money, get some more plant cures, and just keep growing things. I just missed a level. It was level 14. That's okay. At least it's still in the chat box, but we're getting there, slowly but surely. And then I'll finish emptying out this compost bin. And that should get me to, yep, level 15. Alright, now the grind begins. So, after a little bit of thinking, I decided that I'm going to now go complete X marks the spot. The 2 XP lamps from that I will be putting into my second skill for this challenge, which will be agility. So I'll be training both agility and farming until they both get to 99, then I'll move on to my next skill. I haven't really decided exactly how I'm going to do this, because I'm just going to do agility primarily over at the Shazian camp and just go farm that to 99 and just come and do these runs in between. And then once I get to 34, I'll focus probably on farming at the Tithe Farm. I need the agility levels for the running speed whilst I'm inside Tithe Farm. It'll make things a lot easier. I was considering doing thieving, but I don't actually need the seeds. I don't actually require thieving for anything. And once I get to Tithe Farm, I don't need seeds anymore. That will just be primarily how I'm going to get XP. Plus, I'll get the farming outfit and I'll also get grape seeds. So I'll start growing grapes, which will then lead into probably cooking and fishing afterwards. So let's go get this done. Let's go get X marks the spot. So, as you can see, this is going to be one of the few exceptions I will be allowing on the account, like pretty much any other Zeah Ironman. X marks the spot is pretty much integral to being able to do any quests on Zeah, of course. And once I do Client of Karen, that'll give me the XP lamps, which I'll be able to put into agility. I think the only other exceptions I'll allow myself will be Druidic Ritual. If I get any skill capes, I wouldn't mind leaving to get skill capes, but that's if I absolutely want them. I probably will try to avoid it wherever possible. And yeah, I don't think that there's too many exceptions I'll be allowing, but as they pop up, I'll make that call if whether or not I feel it's worthy or not. I don't really, I believe in restricting the account and being true to the challenge, but I don't really want to deny myself the ability to do anything on Zeah if it really does stop me being able to do content. But I will try and stay as true as I can to this challenge. I am not the best Ultimate Iron Man. This is my first Ultimate Iron Man, and yeah, let's just see how it goes. Time will tell. It's a really sad time. I'm walking through Draenor and I see all these seeds on the floor. I just want to pick them up. I just want the seeds. But no, we're not going to follow that. Also, I've also thought about another thing for the farming of the account. I don't think I'm going to be doing cabbages anymore. I think I'll do onions. I find I get more onion seeds than I do cabbage seeds. It took me a long time to get even a stack of 10 cabbage seeds, but I've found I got onion seeds pretty quick. They're the same XP, so switching them over is not really going to change much. Hopefully it just speeds that process up a little bit. And let's talk to Veos here. And blah, blah, blah. Thank you very much. And there we have it. X marks the spot completed. I get an antique lamp, 200 coins, and a beginner clue scroll. Now let's see if this beginner clue scroll, and it's in Varrock, so we'll just drop that. Here I was hoping that I was going to get something that was going to take me back to Corrend, but I'm not that lucky. So anyway, let's go back to Porpoise Galerius, get out of this wasteland that we call Gillinor, get back to our homeland. So this antique lamp, I don't remember how much XP it puts in, but I will be putting it into agility. It gives me 300, which gets me to level 4, which is just on the cusp of being able to do the Shazian, which is a shame, but that's okay. That's why we're now going to go do Kleiner Corrent. Now, I'm going to go kill a seagull, because I'm pretty sure they drop feathers. Do they drop feathers? I should actually check that. Seagulls drop feathers? Yes, they do. Okay, so a seagull here. I'm just going to attack it with a block. I'm not going to gain a level in any combat stats here, but it will give me the feather for the quest. So there will be some times I will be allowing myself to actually kill things, but this is one of those exceptions. So let's turn on, if I can remember where it is. Where is PvP? Where is it? Isn't it? Oh no, it's here. Here we go. Left click where available. Okay, let's get the seagull. Let's get this feather. Come on, seagull. I'll fight you. Maybe a chicken would be better, because it only has 3 HP. I don't think this should give me a level. Come on, you seagull. This is an epic battle right now. And didn't even give me feathers. Okay, well, I'm not going to risk getting a level on a seagull that's supposed to have a... Oh, it's in the Icing Graveyard. Okay, so I've misread this. Okay, now I gotta go buy feathers. Where can I buy feathers? Well, there's a fishing shop up there. Surely I can buy feathers at the fishing shop. He doesn't sell feathers. He's a fishing shop that doesn't sell feathers. I am distraught. I am hurt. I actually don't know how I'm going to get a feather now. Crap. Okay, well, back to the drawing board. I guess I'll come back when I have an idea. So, after looking up where chickens spawn, there is some on here, south of the Castle Corrend. So, I'm going to kill me a chicken. Now, I have, as long as I don't get a level, I'm pretty happy here. I have a 1 in 4 chance, or 1 in 2 chance of actually getting some feathers, so it's pretty much guaranteed. So, let's just try not to get a level. Let's kill this chicken. Worst case, I just have to switch stats, which shouldn't be too bad. And there we have it. We got our feathers. So I'll keep those feathers. I mean, they weigh nothing, so they can just stay in my inventory for now. It's not going to be an issue, I think. Yeah, let's go do Client of Corrend. So, after a ton of running around, Client of Corrend should be done here. So let's just talk to Vios. Give him this. Okay. Let's... Oh, yeah, right. There's this part of the quest. You gotta go to the altar. Alright, well, I'll see you when I get back. Okay, so after a little bit more running, I've gone and shattered the orb. Now I should be able to hand this quest in and get these XP lamps. So with that, I will be pumping them, one of them into agility and the other one into farming. And I'll just keep running farm runs and doing agility courses until I can get to do Tithe Farm. So we're nearly there. This is a good start to the account. I'm really happy with how things are going so far. And yeah, the grind's about to begin. It's this daunting feeling of knowing that I'm going to be spending these hours just doing these 2 things because it's all I realistically can do to actually get these levels. But it's a challenge I'm willing to overcome, and I'm really, really excited for it. So let's hand this in and get this done. Oh. There we go. Okay. There we go. Favor certificate. and a quest point. There we have it. So one of these XP lamps will be going in there. There we have it, and that is a beautiful thing to see, level 7 agility. And we'll put the other one in farming because I like seeing farming levels at the moment. So we'll drop that broken glass, don't need that. I don't need this. And the favour certificate. So I've been umming and ahhing as to what to do with the certificate. Because I could put it in Hosidius, which would get me to that 50%, but I can go push those plows, which is fine. RCS I'm not worried about because the level 1 for that is just the library, which is going to be my activity for getting both rune crafting and magic up. That's going to be my primary way of leveling those up. Lovercane, I mean, it'll give me access to the dynamite shop, but I need 30% to start making Shazian equipment, which is sort of where I want to aim. So I'm going to have to make dynamite at some point for XP, or for Lovercane. So I'm not too worried about that. This one I could do, because I can take fish to the market, and this gives me access to the Piscalarius food shop, but I need 30% for hunting grubs on the beach. Hunting grubs is I need hunting levels for, but I will be going and get my hunting levels from Chambers of Xeric by getting the bats. So I'm not too phased with this, and Shazian gives me access to the weapon and armor shops. Now this I think is actually going to be quite useful, because I don't want to heal soldiers and I don't want to fight lizardmen, and I will have to do this eventually, and I will probably have to heal soldiers because it will be the only thing I'll be able to have access to. But I won't be doing Shazian until I want to do combat, so I want the lizardmen. So with that said, I think I'm going to dump it in Shazian, but if I put it in Hosidius before I finish it off and lock in the 100%, then it's going to be wasted. So this is just going to probably sit in my inventory for the next however long until I get to there. Or if I decide that maybe I just throw it in something else. But I don't think I need this gold bar. I did get it from a captain event, which I don't really think I will need for quite some time. And the cabbage seeds and the feathers, oh, they can just stay there because they're not hurting anyone. So I'm going to go back to my farming patch. I'm going to go get some onion seeds. I'm going to start planting some onions, and then I'll go do some agility laps, and I'll see you when that's done. Oh, this is the beginning. This is the beginning. Ah, I love it. Pick them a little bit quicker than the cabbages. It seems the drop rate for the seeds is more or less the same. I've gone through about maybe 4 inventories, and I've only picked up 2 seeds. Actually, might be more than 4 inventories. All I know is it's been taking a while, so I can't actually decide. I don't actually have a good method for getting seeds. Not that it really matters. It's just going to be a pain until I get to Tithe Farm, but I suppose I've just got to deal with it. I've already committed to agility, but maybe thieving might have been a better option. Who knows? So I've done like another 10, 11 inventories of onions and still only have 2 seeds. I'm losing my mind. I just want some seeds. Hey, there we go. Alright, there's my 3rd seed. I don't care. I'm done. I'm done for now. I will get more seeds later. I can do a cabbage and an onion and I'm happy. This is so bad. Well, I have set up my next set of farming run, so I'm going to head over to Shazian and keep my eye on the timers and come water these babies when they're ready. Let's go get some agility levels. Haha! So good! Okay, I'm over here at the Shazian agility course, and we're going to do our first run of it. There we are. Level 8 already, just climbing the ladder. Let's go. I reckon I'm going to get some agility levels fairly quickly through this. This is awesome. I can't remember at what level I can do the advanced course. I think it's like level 30 something. But if that is the case, then I'm not too phased. I think that's the start of the advanced course. I think this is just the basic one. But that's okay. I don't know if I get a bonus for completing the course, but I'm hoping I do. But this is going to be our second home, I suppose. If we're not over at the farming area, we'll be here in Shazian, just doing this. And there is a bucket of water here. I need to keep that in the memory bank, because that might actually be useful at some point. Awesome. 92 XP. That is amazing. Our first lap done. Ah, so good. Alright, well, I'll see you... Well, I suppose I'll see you in a couple more seconds when I get level 9. So, I did the calculation on how many laps of this it's going to take to get to level 48, which is the advanced course, and there's level 9. And it's going to be about 620 laps, thereabouts. So, actually, hold on, I had it up here on the... 617. So after 617 laps, I can move on to the advanced course, and then that'll speed up the XP rate a little bit. I'm not disappointed with the XP rate I'll be getting for this for now. Like, it's much better than having to wait and do toy mice or anything like that. That would have been the only other way I could have done this without having to do X marks a spot. But X marks a spot was going to get done anyway, because I do want to do the quest lines on Karen at some point. So, yeah, let's just smash this out. Well, there we have it. There's level 10. That snuck up on me way too quick. These low levels, they just come in way too fast. I mean, I'm not totally disappointed, but I'm expecting I'm going to miss some of these levels at some point. But there you have it. There's level 10. Once again, just missed another level. There's level 11. I say I'm going to miss these levels, and I really do mean it. It's so hard to keep track of like how far it is. But, And after finishing this lap, this will be level 12. Level 13. Level 14 done. Whew. Level 15. Level 16. Level 17. Level 18. Level 19. Skipped again. Ha ha ha. And there it is, level 20. Okay, so my crops are finished now, so I'm going to leave this grind for a little bit, go sort out the crops, and I think that might be the end of this video. So I'll see you over the crops, and I'll see what I'm doing from there. So I got back to my crops, and the onions were diseased. So it's not the best ending to the video, but it's fine. I'll fix these up, I'll replant them. Well, I'll pick them up at least. And I think I'm going to call it at this video. I've gotten some pretty good levels so far. We've gotten some pretty good Hosidius favor. Yeah, I'm overall pretty happy with the experience so far. Well, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoy this content. If you like it, please like it. If you want to subscribe, it'd be much appreciated. I will try and get as much content as I can. Sorry this video ended up a bit long, but I had a lot of footage and I just sort of wanted to get it all out there. Plus the explanation at the start sort of took up more time. But that said, I'll see you in the next video. Have a good night and a good day, or a good whatever you have. Bye.